Hello and welcome. I'm keeping that in. Hello and welcome to Purely Platonic Podcast.
Hi everyone.
You have joined us
Welcome back.
mid-impression of a vibrating phone. Thank you for that, Abby. She was turning her phone off and explaining she didn't want it to go. Thank you very much. Yeah, we're here. I don't know why I'm introducing where we are, but
We're here.
This is where I live, everyone.
I know we've not done an episode here in a while.
In donks. Is
Well-
that an expression? What? Yonks. Yonks. And donkey's years. And I mixed them. We have not done an episode here in absolutely donks. It doesn't make any sense.
You are not normal.
Oh my
We've
God.
not done a season 2 here yet.
No, definitely not.
Definitely
not. No.
So, hi,
Oh
people.
gosh, welcome back.
We're in Cavan's flat.
Yeah, hey.
Woo!
Fantastic. It's been actually a long time since we recorded an episode.
long time.
Hopefully not that long since we released one, because
I think we only missed like a week.
Yeah,
and that was pure accident of like us forgetting to post.
well,
like
in terms of posting, no, we missed several weeks because I forgot to post.
What, of season 2?
Yeah, I hate to admit this to you viewers, I forgot that season 2 had started. So
shit.
I posted one, forgot that I'd posted it, and then I was like,
no.
when am I going to post the first one of season 2? Like, when do we start? Check the YouTube channel. It's already been up for 3 weeks. I was like,
oh god.
forgot I'd made that video public.
Because I have nothing to do with the posting element of it. Like, I'm very much I just rock up and chat. That's the extent of my job.
I do the thumbnail, I publish them.
I do socials when Cavan can be asked to
that's
make
true.
social
That's
videos.
true. So you don't really make the videos. You
I don't make the
post
videos,
them
but I post
on
them.
TikTok.
And I manage the account.
Hard labour.
Hey, we get a lot of footfall on that TikTok account. It's more popular than this shit.
More popular than the full episodes.
It
you mean?
literally
No,
is.
it literally is.
Genuinely.
Yeah. People watch anything on TikTok.
People
though.
do watch anything on TikTok.
What is the weirdest thing you watch on TikTok? Like regularly. I mean,
Regularly? Oh,
yeah.
God.
Everyone's got a dirty little secret.
Dirty little
Foam
secret.
cutting, which I hate. You know I hate that.
I know, yeah.
Despise that.
Oh my God.
But it's popular.
I've got a story about not foam cutting. Soap cutting. What did you just say?
yeah.
You said foam.
Yeah, but there's sometimes foam where they just cut through foam.
That's worse. Like a sponge.
Soap is weirder though. Where it's all like...
Yeah, I've got a story about soap cutting, and it made me think of you as
Hate it.
as
Hate
the story
it.
was happening. I don't think I have anything like. I follow quite a few people who do like skits and sketches and that kind of and like have lots and lots, and I will literally sit there for like hours just watching part after part, like because it's a story, so it feels like watching telly to a certain extent.
It's the modern sketch show. It's replaced the sketch show.
Yeah. So I don't think there's anything like weird that I can think of off the top of my head.
See, I think I follow a guy who like reviews different latches. People will know what I'm talking about because it's not. Yeah. It's like it's a thing, right? It's a thing, and it's not on TikTok. It's on YouTube Shorts, just because YouTube, whatever. But similar kind of thing. I'm sure he's got a TikTok. He just goes around on different walks, on different pathways, and different like. It sounds so weird when you explain it.
No, but I kind of like that
little
kind
gates
of thing.
That, you know,
Yeah,
different gates when you're
yeah.
out in the country. They all open differently.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
He just rates locks. I
Latch-
think it's called
latch
Locks
man.
and Latches. Go and follow
I like
it.
that.
Yeah, it's great.
Shout
content.
out to Locks and Latches.
Yeah, if I'm getting the username right, it's great content. I don't know why I like it, but yeah.
Yeah, I genuinely can't think of anything. But if I'm like on TikTok and I'm like, oh shit, it's this, I'll try and remember it for next episode or whatever. Like, I'll try and remember.
Talking of social media, I'm clean. I am, I think, 2 months Twitter or X, sorry, clean. I've deleted it, gone. Don't need it in my life.
I would delete it. I don't really go on it that often. Can I tell you how it gets me?
On it too much, so I had to
I
get
went
rid
on
of
it quite a bit when it was Twitter because it was better when it was Twitter.
Oh, yeah, undeniably so.
And then when it turned to X, I went, I can't be arsed with this anymore. So I kind of got rid of it. I tell you what gets me, Threads, right? Not X, Threads.
Yeah.
When it comes up on Instagram.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
Clicking on that?
genuinely.
I didn't know anyone clicked on that.
Is it on
Genuinely,
Instagram or is it on Facebook? It might be on Facebook. One of the two.
I've seen it come up on Instagram.
It comes up and I go,
Yeah.
oh, that looks cool. And then I'm like, why am I on Threads? Like, what? Who am I? Do you know what I mean?
I think Threads had the opportunity
Threads had the opportunity to be brilliant.
and it wasn't.
Nope.
It wasn't good
in the
enough.
first like week. It was
yeah,
great.
I was on it for a week.
Yeah, it was so lovely, and people were like, "Oh my god, nice people! This is great." And then it just turned into BTEC Twitter. X is BTEC Twitter.
Oh, X is BTEC Twitter.
What the fuck does that make Threads then?
I don't know. What do the kids say these days? Sigma Twitter, Beta. What is it? No, we've already said that. Beta, Alpha's the best, right?
It's not.
Sigma is one above Alpha, though, isn't it?
Well, what's skibbity?
Oh God, I don't know.
I thought skibbity meant bad.
I don't know. Skibbity's nothing. I think skibbity's just skibbity. I think it's just what it is.
But then why do they say like skibbity toilet? It's genuinely a friggin' foreign language to me.
We're not. I was going to say we're not old enough. We're not young enough.
We're not young enough.
But the thing
and
is,
it makes me feel aggressively old. The fact that we're now
this whole
not
like
young
brain
enough.
rot, because that's what it's called. It's called brain rot. This like style of comedy where it doesn't mean anything. It's just completely meaningless.
Right.
But think back to when we were in school.
Yeah.
We had it still, with just like randomly shouting out 21.
21.
Exactly. It means nothing. It
does mean nothing.
What's 9 plus 10? Like we just shout that out.
But
why? It doesn't mean. It meant
hang on.
nothing.
Yes, it meant nothing.
What are those? That's
Back
the
at it again
equivalent.
with the white veil.
Yeah, literally, that's the equivalent.
But
of kids nowadays going,
yeah,
you know.
I totally agree. But that was like in direct reference to Vine, which again was like sketches.
Yeah, but Skibbity's a thing.
Is
on
it?
YouTube.
Oh,
it's
is
like
it?
a video series on YouTube, Skibbity
okay.
Toilet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So they
fair
are still
enough.
referencing
Fair enough.
that. What have you been up to? This is meant to be a catch-up.
Well,
how have you been? It's
I'm
been a
gonna
while
tell
since
you.
I've seen you.
I'm going to tell you something I did this morning. For you.
Cereal in the bath.
Cereal in the fucking bath.
Yes! Come on! Get in!
And can I just say...
Tell me all about it. Was it the
Right.
greatest experience of your life?
No. I mean, okay. Let me talk you through it.
Talk me through the whole process.
Okay. Right. So at the present moment, time of recording...
If some people have missed when I explained this, that is the most out of context moment ever. Cut a long story short, I have cereal in the bath. Don't judge me. I needed her to try it.
Bloody weird.
Go on.
Anyway, so like it's currently 6:50 in the evening,
It is,
like
yeah,
real
so you had a
time.
morning bath.
I would normally be getting in the bath in like an hour, 2
interesting.
hours. So I was like, okay, I'll have a morning bath. I hadn't had my breakfast yet, right? And I was like, okay, this is the perfect opportunity. It's like midday and I've not had any breakfast. Let's have a bath. So I did. And it was quite frankly the weirdest experience ever. But because I'm so used to consuming media when I'm eating or when I'm having my breakfast.
Yeah, the cereal was your media.
I was laying there going, I'm bored. I don't know what to do.
You can watch something as well. And it's not like one
Yeah,
thing
no,
at a time.
but it was like, I felt like I couldn't handle more than that. It was a lot. I had to hold the bowl. It was like, that sounds really stupid, but like I don't hold the bowl when I have my breakfast. I have it on the table.
That's a really good point, and something I've actually never noticed.
So
I never hold the bowl except when I'm in the bath. Yeah.
Even
Anyway,
like if I'm on the
cereal,
sofa,
first of all? What
I'll
cereal?
have so I ran out of like all my cereals. So I had Rice Krispies with some Shreddies and some granola, like all together, and it was really good. It was a banging combo. Yeah.
And
it was
did the
weird
bath
though.
not just like aid the whole experience emotionally?
So Rob has a theory because I was telling Rob
Physically,
about
spiritually.
this. He thinks it's weird because you are having a bath, but the food is also having a bath.
That's why it's genius, Rob. That is why it is genius. Because you become one with the food.
Oh God! I just felt like it was a bit much.
It's the only time that you look into the bowl of cereal and you go, me and you,
We're the same.
we're the same right now. We are equal. It's promoting equality in
my God.
every aspect. It's great. I hope you do it again. Anyway, I read a book in the bath.
I read a blue.
I read a book in the bath because that's your thing, reading books in the bath.
I just peaked really bad. Sorry. I need to lean back. This happens every time I set my mic level so I don't have to lean forward. And then halfway through the episode, I'm like, and it gets really loud. Sorry. Please continue.
I read a book in the bath.
How did you find it?
Didn't enjoy it.
Why not?
Yeah, I didn't
Because
enjoy
as soon as I finished my cereal, guess what I did? I read my book.
Well, it's just like the pages went all weird, you know? Like, obviously they weren't wet, but like the heat had kind of crinkled the pages.
I think your arms were wet, mate.
No. Perfectly bone dry.
Sometimes you do get a bit of a wave in the pages.
Yeah, a wave.
But only rarely. Like, it doesn't happen all the time.
Quite a big wave for me.
Ah.
Yeah. And also, it was like, do I lie down with the book like up?
That's what I do.
But then I'm doing like an exercise then. My arms are like up.
See, no, I just keep my arms tucked so it's comfortable.
Oh, elbows in.
Elbows in.
See, I think I was trying elbows on the side of the bath.
Well, if you sat up, then elbows on the side is fine. But if you're lying down...
See, I tried sat up as
elbows
well.
in.
And I don't know, it was all just...
I tell you what I quite like, and again, this is another weird one, and people are probably going to judge me, but when I'm in the bath, I often have one leg out the bath, on the side of the bath, so then I can have one arm out as well, so I'm like that.
You psycho.
Sometimes I just get a bit hot sometimes.
Yeah, well, you bring a fan. Did you have your fan with you?
I did have my fan. My long-standing fan.
I feel like at some point that's going to result in
that was a dad joke.
Terrible accident.
That was an Abbie's
your
dad
biggest
joke.
fan. Your biggest fan.
No, it's my longest-standing fan because it's a long one.
Oh, nice.
He gave me that one. I was very impressed actually with that. Because I went, oh, it's my biggest fan. And he went, no, it's your longest standing fan. I was like, well,
That
you know
is-
what?
yeah, that
you
is
know
better.
what, Dad?
That is better.
I'll give
I've
it
not
you.
heard that specific
It was good.
one. Yeah.
But yeah, so I had a bath and had some cereal. That was just this morning. But in general, I've done friggin' loads since I last saw
Yeah,
you.
I know. It's hard to pick.
Holy
It's hard to
manoli.
pick.
So I
Pick
went
the
to Alton
best
Towers
thing.
again.
You went to Alton Towers again? We're not doing a whole bloody episode
no.
on roller coasters
But we
again.
went to Alton Towers, which was nice.
Better the second time round? Oh, was it a spooky thing
It was
again?
Scarefest, yeah, but we didn't
Scarefest
end up doing
again,
any of the scare mazes because we thought we were going to go again, but then didn't end up going again. And the reason why we didn't go again was because I was filming a short film,
Oh, yeah, talk about that.
which was ace.
Yeah.
So,
oh, my God. That's so cool.
Yeah. So it's called Daniel's Room. Go check them out on Instagram. They're really cool. It will be out next year. It's a horror film. My friend is directing it. My other friend, well, I say Rob's friend, who is now also my friend, is directing it.
Yeah.
And his wife, who is also Rob's friend and my friend, is in it. And also helped to write it. It's kind of their baby to a certain extent. They worked with the writer for ages and then have created it.
Was it like a Kickstarter thing?
It was a Kickstarter thing, yeah. So they raised money on Kickstarter because they applied for funding, didn't get funding, and went, okay, we're going to do it ourselves without the funding for less money to kind of go, look what we can do with nothing. Now give us something and we'll do something even better kind of thing. It was genuinely the most incredible experience ever.
What was your role in the production?
I was in it. I've got like a tiny little role in it, so I'm acting in it. But I was also asked to do like kind of script supervisor, not really script supervisor because I'm not trained to do that. So more like script assistant, and continuity, so like making sure that, you know, shots matched and writing down all the good takes and all that kind of stuff. But then as I was there, my role kind of progressed into more of a third AD role and a cast PA role, and so I was kind of just doing a bit of everything.
Busybody, basically.
Basically, if I was the person who, when there was a job that no one wanted to do, I did it. And one of those jobs, we did a scene in a bath, right? And we had to have this bath bomb to colour the water.
And you were like, you know what would go perfectly here? A nice bowl of cereal.
Believe it or
Did the
not.
director take any of my suggestions? No? Okay,
Sure.
next time.
The character's just there.
Perfectly normal thing to do.
Yeah. But no, we needed to change the colour of the water, and we needed it to be like a kind of black, murky colour.
Okay.
And the director had found these bath bombs from Lush, I think, that were black and white.
Right.
And so he was like, right, inside is a black core, but all around the outside is white. Please, can you separate the white and the black? So I was like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I literally was doing the soap cutting thing in real life.
That's what the soap cutting was. I'd
cutting
forgotten
the
about
bath.
that.
I've got a time lapse of me doing it because I was like, this is hilarious. And I literally like separated it in two. And that was one of my jobs on this short
would
film.
bang on TikTok, that. Separating white from black. Someone do that, you get millions of views. There you
was
go.
really hard actually. Like,
So you were just like
separating
chiseling
it.
away at this bath bomb.
And there were two, and they were like massive.
I bet that's one of those moments. I have them sometimes when I'm making crazy stuff for magic, where it's like,
what am I doing
Am
here?
I the first person to do this?
It was
Like-
it was a really weirdly surreal. I think
It's
that's
just like,
why I filmed it.
No one does this. Like,
Yeah,
what
I
is
think
going
that's
on?
why I filmed it, because I was like, what is going on here? But no, it was incredible, and it was such a good experience, and yeah, kind of made me want to go into doing crew, if I'm honest.
Whoa.
Yeah, so it's something that I'm gonna look into. I almost signed up to a training scheme, like literally like 2 weeks ago.
Oh my god.
But
you
there's so
should
many
totally
things
do
going
it.
on in my life right now that I'm like, I can't give as much time to it as I would want to. So I'm gonna kind of leave it for a hot second, and then
It is
kind of
fun.
take it up.
There is nothing quite like it.
Genuinely, like,
Why don't you study film production at the University of Salford? Hashtag ad. No, I did that. That was great.
Yeah.
Study film production. You'd be
I
great
don't think
at
I would
it.
do that level. I would go more specifically into production. So like
Right.
into like the third AD role. Like that would be, and then with the thought of then progressing to maybe like first AD director.
Yeah,
Like second
yeah,
AD
yeah.
doesn't interest me at all, because that's very much
yeah.
office based, which is great. And like producer doesn't interest me at all, because again, it's very office based. I want to
100%
be
with you
like
there,
in the
yeah.
thick of it,
Yeah.
doing shit, you know. And cast PA again was amazing. Like I was literally running around like a headless chicken the entire time trying to find people. I was the spare body basically that could then fill in the gaps, which I think
Like
is
a runner, basically.
yeah, so I was basically production runner, to be
Yeah.
fair. But because they didn't have a third AD, they just went, oh, you can be a third AD. So I've got a credit for third AD, which is great.
Yeah.
But
Get an
genuinely,
IMDb page.
Woo!
Already on. I've got an IMDb page now.
you?
Yeah, but I make it.
what?
Yes. I know. It's just
From what?
It's just there from something I imagine at Uni of Salford. That
Wow.
at some point someone put it on IMDb. So it literally just lists like one of the films I made at uni, which wasn't one of the best ones to be
Wow.
perfectly honest. It was one of the first ones we did in
That's
like
mad.
proper COVID times. And it's there on IMDb. Search it up, guys. I'm there. I'm on.
He's
on there.
famous.
The Tactician.
I
is
want
the
to be
film.
famous.
Yeah, strange.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of weird new career opening
Wow.
brain for Abby.
Well, talking of weird new career openings, I did a show.
It was brilliant. It was really good.
Thank you.
I went to see it.
Yeah. For those that don't know, I'm a magician. I did a magic show
Really?
in
You've
Manchester.
never mentioned it? Sorry.
You know what? No, I did a magic show on stage. It was fun. I'm hoping to do it again at some point.
Do it.
Depending on when
Right
this comes
now.
out, there may already have been some sort of announcement about it. I don't know. I'm looking at
excited.
venues. Right, current present day Cav and me talking right now has not found a venue, but Cavan, as you're watching this, might have done. So it's getting very confusing.
never
But yeah, I did a show. It was really fun, stressful.
Yeah.
It's sort of awful and amazing at the same time. Awful in the sense that, like, my God, it's possibly the most stressed I've been about performing.
Yes.
Because it was a new medium of doing it, and it's like, oh my God, these people are here to see me. It's not like I'm the tag onto an event. So I've performed at like hundreds of events, you know, weddings, parties, corporate things, whatever.
Yes.
But it's like I'm tagging onto it. You know,
You are the entertainment at the event rather
exactly.
than this time you were the event.
I was the event. Yeah, it's my name on the ticket, my face on the poster. It's like, oh God. Yeah. So I spent a few months writing it. I mean, I've always kind of had the plan of it.
Yes.
I've got notebooks from literally like years ago with ideas that then made it into the show. So it's kind of like, oh, okay, cool.
That's good.
You know, some stuff, I've been thinking about for a long time. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I'm actually going to do it this time. It's not just going to be in a notebook. I'm actually going to perform it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, kind of put it together.
Can I just say
it.
that when we were there, I have never been so nervous in my life.
Yeah, because I was hidden
Genuinely.
away. You didn't see me beforehand.
I
No one
can't
saw me
even
beforehand.
put into words. Like, it's always like this when I've been like I'm relating it to when I'm like on a creative team rather than in something. I will literally be like way more nervous than when I'm performing.
Yeah.
But with this, I was sat there shaking. I was so nervous for you, and I was like, I don't even know why. I've got fuck all to do with this. But I'm literally there like, oh God, I hope he does well.
It shows that you care about it at least. I mean, I was shaking as well, but just no one could see that.
Yeah.
Like, I was literally in the dressing room and I was like trembling like this.
You.
I had so much like adrenaline.
Yes.
I literally, before the show, I just like got down and did like 20 press ups. I'm not even joking. Like, no one was there. I was just, I need to like burn off some energy.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I'm just like,
get it all out of the way.
and then as soon as I stepped on stage, I was literally just like,
fine,
rock solid. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
well, you go
what
into
is that?
like performance zen mode, don't
I know,
you?
but I was worried I wouldn't this time. I always do.
Yes.
But I was like, what if I don't? What if I step on stage and I'm still like shaking?
Yeah. Have you had it where that stopped? As in, have you had it where you've gone to perform and you haven't had that adrenaline? Oh gosh.
I don't get nervous before like the average magic gig now.
Got you.
Even though it's like, okay, I've never performed in this place or to these people.
Yeah.
That, you know, obviously at first I was, you know, for the first dozen or so, I was very nervous, but then kind of settled into a groove. As soon as you know, and to any magicians listening, as soon as you know what tricks you're doing and roughly what you're going to say,
yes,
and that is completely planned out, you've got backup plans for everything going wrong, it's almost like, what am I actually going to be nervous of here? I can't be nervous of getting it wrong because I've got a backup. I can't be nervous of forgetting my lines because I've said it 100 times now. I know it. I know what I'm going to say.
That's a really good way of looking at it, actually.
There's like no reason to be nervous. The people, okay, you don't know what audience members you're going to get, but after a while, it's like,
You've seen them all.
I've seen everyone go, can you make my wife disappear? I've heard that 100 times, mate. It's like, I literally have...
Yes!
I have a bit of paper in my wallet that says, no, I can't make your wife disappear. So as soon as someone says it, I go, oh, yeah, I actually can. Here we go, a bit of paper. No, I can't make your wife disappear.
That's hilarious.
And it's like, oh my God, how's he done that? You know, because
very good.
They don't think that it's
no,
like
they don't
something
think
that
it's
I've heard
pre-planned.
loads. So free trick for you there, guys. Do that. It's great.
That's
but
so
yeah.
cool. Yeah, because I remember the first time I didn't feel nervous performing.
You remember specifically?
I remember specifically the first time.
Okay. What was it?
I was still at school, so I was at college, I guess you would say, and it was like my second production there. It was Little Shop of Horrors, and I remember being backstage looking for a prop, and I was just like stood there going, I don't know what a handbag is, and I went, "You're doing a show, Abby."
Wow. Yeah.
And it was like, oh, okay. I'm going to walk through that door, say some lines, come back off again.
That is mad.
It was so weird. And I was
it
was
so
almost
ordinary.
scary. I was like, why don't I feel nervous?
I should be nervous.
I should be nervous for this. And obviously, like, post that, it comes back. It depends on the gig. Do you know what I mean? Like,
oh, yeah.
When I was doing, like, my third year productions, I was shitting myself at uni.
Yeah.
Like, so, you know,
well, that's what I
depends.
mean. Like, it was weird for me to be nervous. I was in the dressing
Yes.
room. I was on my own in that room for like half an hour. And I've got no cast members to talk to. It's just me. I'm just like pacing around this room. That's what made me nervous. Normally I just rock up and I'm like talking to the client or whatever, sorting out my props.
Yeah.
Someone comes over, oh, who are you? I'm the magician. You know, whatever. I'm talking to people. This was just like in an isolation chamber. And then I step out and there's like 60 people there. I'm like, okay, great.
That's
I've got
more
to
like what I'm used to.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. Yeah.
Like
As an
having
actor,
the kind of, I'm in the dressing room, now I'm performing, and then I'm back in the dressing room again, like safe.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It was a very lonely experience though.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like even on stage.
Yeah.
It was very...
I can imagine that is the
lonely.
case with, you know, one-person shows. Because I know someone who does a lot of one-person shows in Edinburgh.
Right.
And I should ask him what he thinks. But like, he does loads. Like every single show he does pretty much is something he's written or something he's developed that's a one-man show. And he's brilliant at them. Like they're phenomenal performances. I've never seen them, but I've heard amazing things.
Yeah. What's his name?
But he's Rob Leatham.
Oh.
Yeah. But he's quite a individual person. Do you know what I mean? Like he doesn't He strikes me as like a lone wolf in like
Right, yeah.
a nice, like not in a bad way.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay.
I mean,
Whereas
would
you
say
don't strike me as a lone wolf. No.
See,
I
I
don't
think
think
I
so.
was. I think I was.
Yes. You're less lone wolfy
But
than
I'm
you used to be.
yeah. That's so true. Why is that? More friends? I don't know.
I think so. Yeah, more friends.
More confident.
Would you describe me as a lone wolf?
Yeah, but you didn't used to be.
No.
So we flipped.
I think I always did, but I'm very good at wearing a sheep's clothing.
Really? See, I don't know. I didn't have you down as a lone wolf. I would have said 100% not.
At which point, though?
At the same point, I
Flipped.
became. Yeah, I think we swapped.
When was that?
I was wolf, you were sheep, and then we then we swapped.
Yeah.
I think that was
Sixth form?
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
See, I would
sixth form.
always have said I was a wolf in school as well. Because if you think about
Maybe
it,
there was a crossover point.
I
there.
only ever really had you, and everyone else was just kind of an acquaintance.
Yeah,
And then I had Kevin.
I suppose so.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
that's a
maybe
good
not.
point.
I
That's a
think
good
I
point.
possibly.
Would you ever do a one-person show?
Yeah, I'd love to do a
Well,
one-person
you should.
show.
Is what my
Yeah.
advice. My
Well,
take-home message is do it.
Yeah, when I was in third year, I did a show called The Penelope Ad, which is by Margaret Atwood, who wrote
Oh yeah, Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale and many other things. And she had kind of created this play as a one-woman show, but then it's a book. Sorry, The Penelope Ad is a book, and it's a one-woman book. I know it sounds so stupid, but it's literally it's Penelope telling the audience, the reader, about her life.
Right. Okay.
And in it, she kind of goes, oh, and then he said, da-da-da-da-da, and then I said, da-da-da-da-da, and then they said, da-da-da-da. So she's kind of telling the story in the book, but no, there aren't any like other characters. It's just her telling the story. She then developed it into a play, which had different characters in it. But the lady playing Penelope was still one person, even though she was playing two different characters. So it was like, she's in Hades, she's dead. It's dead Penelope telling the audience about her life. So at various points in the story, she becomes young Penelope.
Right.
In the
right.
acting
She
out of the
steps
thing.
into the action kind of thing.
Yeah, but when we did it, we split it in two. So I played dead Penelope, and then there was another girl playing alive Penelope. So all of I think I spoke to one other character in the entire play.
Wow.
I did not leave the stage once, other than the interval. I was on stage constantly. I was like the kind of overseer.
The narrator almost.
The narrator,
kind of.
yeah. So
yeah.
I only ever spoke to the audience, and like I say, literally one other character for what must have been about a 30-second scene.
Wow.
And that was it. And the director for that said to me afterwards, she was like, if you ever want to do a one-woman show, tell me and I will direct you in it, because I think it would be really good. And I was
Yeah,
like, hey,
I think you
because
should.
that was basically my version of a one-woman show.
Because you've got the
but, like,
writing, you've
with
got the
everything
writing
else around
ability
it.
as well. So you could write it.
Yeah. I don't know. But
you
the
could
thing is,
do
I
it.
don't know what it would be about. Like, my life isn't very interesting.
It doesn't have to be about your life.
Yeah. I'm in the process of currently writing a short film, you know, and so like I do. I mean, I've written a short film for us to do at some point, but it's just when we get round to it, because life is hectic.
It is. Yeah.
So yeah, but it would be interesting, and I'd be
interested to
think
talk to
about
him, who you mentioned before, Rob, not Rollercoaster
Yes.
Rob. About his one-man shows, because obviously I wasn't playing a character.
No.
I was me, just in like performance mode. Obviously,
Yes.
I wasn't completely myself. And like I'm interacting with the audience and stuff, but like it was eyes on me for an hour.
Yeah.
Which was a weird experience. You know, at gigs and stuff, I can kind of slink away, you know, reset my tricks or whatever. This was like, no, there's no cuts. You know, there's no there's no edits.
There's
it's
no
just
break.
like 100% me for an hour, which I was very aware of. And like when I first stepped out onto the stage and it's like lights in my eyes, all these people looking at me, I was a bit like,
Oh shit.
Like,
Oh,
I've got
shit.
to be good here.
I've got to be good.
Because I didn't see any of the audience arrive or anything, so it's just like, the last time I saw the room, it was empty. Now there's all these people here. I was like, oh, God. And I do not remember the first 5 minutes of the show.
I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that. You could...
I was in a complete...
Yeah.
Not blackout, but like... I don't know what. Yeah. I don't know what was going on. I didn't know where I was. I was just doing it. And like, I've watched it back and you can't tell.
No, I was going to say, as someone who knows you very, very, very well, I could tell that you were in, oh my God, mode.
Yeah.
But not in a way, like, you couldn't tell as an audience member.
No, and I can't tell watching it back.
Yeah, I could just tell, oh, okay, he's like, the wheels are turning, he needs to now get control of the car kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's that, like, he's given it a push, and now he needs to get it in control.
100%.
But it wasn't like a, oh God, he needs to get it in control. It was a...
it's going out of control. Yeah.
It was, and like, again, going back to me being really nervous, I knew that you wanted to film it.
Yeah.
And I could see the camera, and it wasn't recording.
No, he missed the first minute.
I know.
Yeah,
and I was going,
that
camera's not recording, that camera's not recording, that camera's not recording. And then it like kind of started and I was like, the camera is not recording. Do I go up and press record? I was literally this close.
Oh, thank you so much.
To going up and pressing record if the guy hadn't have done it. And then it got to the point where we like, because me and Rob were going, oh God, and then he was like, no, he's fine, he's done it.
Yeah. He did do it. He came in clutch. What, Sam was his name? Yeah. Luckily, the first bit of the show, not to ruin anything, I'm not on stage.
That was the bit that we were like, okay, it's okay.
Because
if it hadn't have recorded once you'd have come on stage,
that would have been an issue.
I would have then gone up and been like, press record on this camera,
he didn't miss the first trick, so it's fine. But that first trick, while I've mentioned it, that I'm not on stage, that was pretty awful as well, because I was like looking through the crack of the door at the back of the theatre.
Oh, okay.
Watching like the scene unfold and hoping that the first trick works, because like the first trick I'm not on stage for, but something still happens. So I was just like, had everything crossed, just watching, being like, please let this work, because it was the one bit of the show I was like, if it goes wrong, it's not the end of the world, because I have a backup for it again. But like, I hope it goes right, because that would be incredible. And it did. So
the end of the show, absolutely fucking mind blowing. I don't know how you did it. I was literally, we were all like, because it was me, Rob, and my parents who came to see it. We were all sat on a table, and literally the end of the show happened, and we all went, oh my God!
yeah.
It was mad. So go watch it if you want to find out what happened.
Yeah, but thank you. Yeah, that was the first thing I came up with.
Genuinely like, what? How?
The end was the first bit I came up with.
Yeah,
I was like, I want that to happen. Okay, now how do I make that happen? Yeah.
That it was genuine. I was like,
I feel like the listeners are getting FOMO because they have no idea what happens.
Sorry,
but
don't want to
spoil
spoil
it.
Out
at some point. Anyway, there we go. Those are two very exciting things that we've been up to.
I know.
Hefty ep for you there.
hefty. But yeah, so bit mad. Hence why we've not been able to record, because we've both been doing crazy things.
Exactly. Yeah, but episodes will be coming at you.
Coming at you thick and fast.
Well, just whenever. We've abandoned the schedule. In case you can't tell, they're not coming out every Monday. No. They're coming out whenever we feel like it. So it's a schedule that we can't fail on now, because there is no schedule. So
we're probably going to aim for every Monday, but not necessarily beat ourselves up if we don't get it every Monday.
I reckon if there's an ep, it will be on a Monday, but just if there's not on there, it's fine, you know? It's
basically, we're shit at organising when to record.
Yes.
And deal with it. End of.
On that note, thanks for listening. We will see you in the next episode, whenever it is. Don't ask us when it is. We don't know.
We don't know. Who even knows? Bye. Oh my God. Just like, you get us when you get us.
Yeah.
Deal with it, bitch.
Don't ask any questions.
Don't ask any questions.
You'll get the episode when you goddamn get it.